Welcome back. We're currently midway through the trial for Mr. Edgeworth and whether or not he actually did kill anybody on the lake. Now, we obviously feel in our gut that he couldn't have done it. No, not our Mr. Edgeworth. But anyway, we got Lotta here who says otherwise. She saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Now, we actually have got a thing in the top right-hand corner now, so I feel like we're meant to be doing something else here. But the question is, what? So how did you see it clear as day? I'm thinking if we say this, because you can't actually see who's doing what, and but I am prepared for her presenting a bigger picture, more clearer picture, so we shall see. I want to present that. There we go, X. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took. The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the facts of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Oh, that's right. Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart? What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course, I said I could, and I meant I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Yeah, it's just like, what the hell did she see now? Alright, so how Edgeworth was seen. You're right. It was a cold night, and the fog was thick as grits. Grits, alright. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. Use binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. Okay, how Edgeworth was seen. You're right, it was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. So I brought my binoculars with me. They still wouldn't help if it was foggy, so... Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday, you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I mean, you can see shooting stars with binoculars, but still. I got doubts about your camera, too. Is that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright. Is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Ooh, I mean, I'm gonna have to, aren't I? Because it's important, so yeah? This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. I mean, clearly it is, because it took a picture of what's out on the lake, so... Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear you. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. So this is the thing. Shouldn't it be pointing towards the sky, then? Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. Now wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth. No unnecessary comments, please. When I heard that noise on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. Okay. Don't care how many comic objections I get. Comic? I'm gonna find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. You're right. It was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Okay. But again, just this whole idea of like, wouldn't it be pointed at the sky? I'm just thinking like, what's going on here? You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Oh, yes, stars, yes. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? I mean, the only thing I can think of thinking about it is like, Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? Like, gaudy. Photographic evidence, and like I wanted to call that part like all clickbaity, like top 5 like things found in lakes and stuff like that, you know. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gaudy. Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake. Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof of something? Let's see, you proved that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I guess I have proof somewhere. I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Hey, well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. What is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy at the lake monster? I guess the camera again? I mean, photographed technically because it's pointed out at the lake, but the camera itself faces the lake. That's the detail that I need, so... The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus this photograph here taken when a gun fired on the lake. See, I could have come with the photo, couldn't I? Here. Would that have worked? And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's what you had set your camera to respond to loud noise. That's why. Loud noises. Oh yes, loud noises, yes. Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. And are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. Yeah, if anything, actually, yeah. Yeah, if anything, that actually makes it more likely that she would be photographing people on the lake. What you just use several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But, as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Right, here we go. Lotta's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash in one of the men's hands and I heard another gunshot. 2 bangs. 2 bangs, that's the important bit here. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fly. Fry? Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Objection.
What? Seriously, what now? What now? Anyway, the witness testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
Objection.
I claim the defense is right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Buncombe is up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction? Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Oh, yeah. That would be a first. Very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with his testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood. Yes, Your Honor. Great. So, Lotta's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. Okay. I'm an investigative photographer. Okay, but for who? Might help. An investigative photographer? Yep. Get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO. UFO. Okay. Just hanging in the sky. A UFO. You know, a unidentified flying object. A UFO. Okay. That's when I had sort of a revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. Okay, so that's fine so far. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at the lake. Okay. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. The boat or the people? Maybe. There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. She heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there. Ah, yes, of course. I was thinking just like, was she not looking at the people on the boat? I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. So, wait, do I have to... What? Now I have to do stuff? But... So then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands and I heard another gunshot. So what evidence could I present? I suppose the article? Can I go back? I find some... I want to go back to that statement because I feel like I'm meant to present evidence rather than actually push. There isn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Because based on what he said... Oh no, I didn't mean to press. Can I present stuff right now? No. I didn't mean to press. We've just gone through the same line again. Yes. It's my fault. All I was hiding, we heard the bang. Wasn't much else to look at, so present. That's what I want, so there we go. Miss Hart, were you really looking at the boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree, any normal person would. But you are not normal. Which you are far from normal, oh my. What? You want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Oh yes, Gordy, yes. Order! Continued Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You need them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now that you mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, I wasn't fibbing really. I thought, I could be a witness to a murder and all. Kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got the proof. Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. You really can't tell from the photograph who is shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who. In the fog, though? She enlarged that photograph. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet the enlarged photograph shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll be in prison for Edgeworth, or worse. What should I do? I mean, we've got to see it, make her show the enlargement. What else can we do? Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are you talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. Oh, yes, enlargement, yes. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. Prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. Yes. See, left-handed? Still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Lake photo is like left-handed. Left-handed, like I said, and his right hand is on the gun for the evidence. We're getting there. We're getting there. Ooh, it's exciting. Happy now, Mr. Wright? Yes, I am. There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement. You got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of time. My time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait. It's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo. Somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Object to the enlargement. Should I object? It's more I want to object to karma. I want to show evidence to prove. How do I... Well, object. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Oh, strange, yes. Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. It has to be this aspect, the left hand. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. We're definitely on the right track here. Yes. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. Thus, this man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence the left hand contradicts. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my. Did we do it? Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people in the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? The victim himself? So I'm thinking this case of he shot himself and then dropped into the lake and there was a second bang. It's the second bang that I find strange. It's just, I don't know how that works, but I've had this inkling that it's he shot himself. Or he tried to shoot Mr. Edgeworth and stuff like that. But it's the victim himself. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Oh, the victim. Order. So you are saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. That's a meter. There is no way it could have been suicide unless it was suicide from a distance. Piece of string. Order. Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Autopsy report updated in the court. I see. Here, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. Court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. Yeah, well, alright then. December 26, 1:15 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Yeah, that was a close one. Hey, Don't you have anything to say? No, I haven't. He had to be declared innocent, right? Oh yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh. Right. What? Tell her something for me? What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Lotta's deposition added to the court's record. To be continued. Right, so actually, yes, we will end this part here, and in the next part, what we shall do is carry on and go do some more investigating, because it's that point in the game, so I will actually make a save this time. We'll see you in the next part. Ta-da for now! Bye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye!